Oh man. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Am I getting tired of this Sweet Baby Inc. situation, the saga, they just won't go away, and the corporations are pandering to their every needs, and it is just not stopping. Sadly, a really big influential manga artist who created Dragon Ball Z worked on beloved video games like Blue Dragon, Chrono Trigger, Dragon Quest 9, Dragon Quest 11 directly, and also has influences throughout the genre with different games, different mediums. I mean, Akira Toriyama for many was like this holy grail of a person who brought communities together. His whole concept with Dragon Ball Z, especially for me, it's something I grew up with. It was one of the first animes that I actually binged through all 300 episodes in the space of less than a week. I pretty much lived in my room after I started watching it, and it was ridiculous. I could not stop watching it episode after episode. Even the filler episodes where Goku was learning to drive for whatever reason, considering he can fly, right? I mean, even those episodes were just full of joy, full of passion, full of love, and, you know, they were just great to see. You got the different sagas with Boo, Free, and, you know, I don't need to tell you how big, you know, Dragon Ball Z is. At the end of the day, you look around and you see what type of an impact it's had on multiple different people's lives. Kids dress up as it to go to, you know, fancy contests, fancy costume days. People love to, you know, just dress up in the memorabilia, and, you know, the figurines alone, you know, especially in places like Mexico, where Dragon Ball Z is massive. You have people gathering around a huge screen just to watch the episode together, to be able to enjoy. And, you know, when we were kids, though I didn't partake in this personally, speaking to others over the past day, you know, they used to like theorycraft what's going to happen the next episode. You know, it was huge. It was something that brought so many people together from different, diverse backgrounds. There was no race involved. There was no gender involved. There was no identity involved. Everything was around the anime. And Akira Toriyama created something that was so special that no matter what gender, race, or whatever you want to call yourself, you identified as, it didn't matter. Because everyone came under the common cause and enjoyed what was on presentation, what was on show. They enjoyed the artwork, they enjoyed the storytelling, they enjoyed the combat, they enjoyed the whole Super Saiyan. Everything was great. And so on his passing, everyone came together. The whole internet was in shock, you know, giving their thanks to Akira Toriyama. He died at a young age at 68. 68 is young. You know, the world lost a really great person on that day. And, you know, it was lovely. It was amazing to see how the community all came together to commemorate him, to remember him, his work. People started going out and playing those games that he made just as a way of saying thank you and sending him off in a good way. And if he is looking down upon us, if that is even possible, if you believe in that, he will see that his fans are absolutely joyful and thankful for every contribution he's done. And he will see the joy that he has brought upon everyone in the community. Those that loved his work, cherished his work, enjoyed his work, whether it's from figurine collection to the anime, to the manga, to the clothes, to, you know, anything. He simply brought so much passion and joy to a community, to a diverse community, that no one ever questioned whether, you know, it was this or that, and was it inclusive or this. You know, no one ever did, because everyone felt included. That is until this prick decided to come along, right? This dickhead. Toriyama gave us the best and worst black characters in anime in the same series. It took range to do that. Like, what the fuck? Seriously. On a day when people are upset, mourning, remembering, You choose this day to come out with that racist bullshit, and then people wonder why they are actually going after, you know, Sweet Baby Inc. because of their racist and, you know, just downright degrading responses. This group of people have proven time and time again that not only do they not care for diversity or inclusivity, these people have confirmed multiple times now that they just do not give a shit about anything that is not a part of their political agenda to push forward. They want white people to die. That is what they tweeted out. That pretty much tells you how much of a racist bigot they are, and they are trying to turn around and accuse other people of being racist. And then you've got Eurogamer over here, Spider-Man, Alan Wake, ridiculous fishing devs speak up in support of consultancy studio Sweet Baby Inc. You know what? At this point, everyone should boycott Insomniac Games. Everyone should boycott Remedy Games. I never thought I would say those words. But the fact is, even the actual article, you know, they even got community noted at this point. The article fails to mention that the backlash was in response to a targeted harassment campaign initiated by Sweet Baby Inc. employees in an attempt to ban both the Steam Curator group along with the curator's personal Steam account. Now, that curator group is not illegal. It is there as a curator to show people what company or publication or whatever makes games. It is literally a creator. If you are ashamed of people collecting your games and putting it into a curator, then that says more about your insecurities than it does about the curator itself. Clearly, you are a piece of shit. That is it. Sweet Baby Inc., you are a piece of shit. And to come out with this statement on the day of his death, when people are remembering him, thinking like this is going to be that gotcha moment, that, you know, sweet, I got that bastard right there. You think that's going to be it? You're a fucking clown. Now, this person has already protected their account in terms of, like, they've blocked all access to it, so no one can see their tweets anymore, because they got absolutely ripped to shreds. They've also started blocking people who don't agree with them. But, you know, you don't come out with bullshit like this. You just don't. Not on a day like that. How do you attack someone who is so beloved within the community? I mean, this person, I don't know if it's a he or a she. I just don't care, to be honest. This person insulted a whole country. Right? Like, I didn't even know how big Dragon Ball Z until my stream yesterday was in Mexico. I sat down and watched Oh No It's Alex's video with my community, and I just saw how massive and how much Dragon Ball Z meant to these people, and how much it's helped them as a community to get together. And you're gonna go and literally make a whole country alienate you, go against you? You're gonna pick on, I mean, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if Mexico hates these people. But how do you go out and make a statement like this and think it's okay? You go out and make a statement saying that, you know, all white people should be killed. How do you make a statement like this? But I am even more disappointed at the fact that Insomniac Games and Remedy Games, I am calling you out, and I'm sure there is more in this article, but I am ashamed that these corporations are standing by racism. That means that everyone working at Remedy Games is racist. Everyone working at Insomniac Games is racist. Because if they are willing to stand by and employ racist people to put dialogue into their games, put copy in narrative, anything you want into their games, they are actively supporting racism. Period. But come on, how do you go out on a day like March the 7th and make this tweet, and then you're a fucking pussy for locking your account so no one responds to you? And it isn't just Chris Kindred. There are multiple people from that bullshit Sweet Baby Inc. publication, company, bollocks shit that is doing this. And I'm really happy that the community is coming out. I've actually been quite liberal. Now, I've been speaking to a friend of mine, Dubs, who has been sending me all sorts of stuff about this campaign. All sorts of it, right? And, you know, for the longest time, I've been saying, you know, it's going to blow over. You know, people are overreacting. Now, I'm not on that bandwagon anymore. If you don't like what I'm saying, you've got the unsubscribe button there. Bye-bye. But at the end of the day, they are scumbags. You know, I haven't watched Dragon Ball Z in years. I fell off anime pretty much quite a while ago. But I still have the memories of the good times I had watching them. Right? My kids are watching it now. And they're enjoying it. It's a timeless masterpiece. You don't come out and say something like this on someone's, you know, after someone's died. You're literally turning around and shitting on their grave. Shitting on their legacy. You had all the time in the world to come out and say something like this, but you're going to come out now because you know that saying a racist comment now will have the most impact. How does anyone support these people? How does any corporation, Microsoft, Sony, Square Enix, anyone support these people when they've got something? I mean, even their CEO, you can go Google them and you will find pure bigotry and racism coming from their tweets, comments, and stuff like that. Whether it's 2 years ago, 5 years ago, I don't give a shit. And you are aligning with this sort of people? Now, you want receipts to see how bad these people are? So, this is what how many people are against them right now. And all this is basically a curator, right? People are following this so they can avoid the games. Anything that they've had any hand to play in right now, they are avoiding because of the backlash where these people tried to get someone's Steam account, the person who created this, banned. Do you know what that means when your whole Steam account is banned? You lose your whole library. They didn't give a shit, though. No. They didn't give a shit. Because according to them, video games are not for the right wing. Sorry, guys, you're not the audience companies care about, nor the side that creates video games. Otherwise, you would not need to create groups like this. Like, this is coming from people that are working in SBI, right? They are basically saying that only right-wingers are against them. These people are a piece of shit. This is coming from one of their actual employees. I know it's from 2012. I don't give a shit. Abort all Jews. Like, what the fuck? Hey, Microsoft. Hey, Sony. This is what you're supporting? This is the language you're supporting? And then you've got this over here. If you are against SBI, I am 100% against SBI. You are racist. So now they're calling me racist because I don't believe in their propaganda bullshit. I am for diversity, for inclusion. But these are the people who basically went after a charity who was trying to promote women in video games. And they got the charity to close down because all the investors turned around and said, we can't deal with the backlash from this anymore. How is that supporting diversity? Right? They are not a narrative development and consultant studio. You're a piece of shit. And you deserve to be taken out. Sweet Baby Inc. makes the world a better place. No, you fucking don't. You make the world a shitter place to live in. Because no one goddamn wants you. Especially when you're coming out and saying shit like this against a beloved person in the community who has, you know, brought so many diverse... I mean, the whole purpose that Sweet Baby Inc. is supposed to exist around is to be around diversity, to expose people to different cultures, different ways of living, different styles, different diversity. It's in the goddamn name. Diversity and inclusiveness. And then you're going to come out and say this? On the day that he died? Toriyama gave us the best and worst black characters in anime in the same series. It took range to do that? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You colossal piece of shit. But you know what? It shouldn't end here. Because these people will continue doing it. What you lot need to do is hit the company's social media pages. And you need to bombard them. Starting with Insomniac Games and Remedy Games. Because those two publicly came out to defend them. You don't see Microsoft, Sony, or Square Enix coming out going, yeah, we support these people. Yeah, this is a really smart thing to do, right, guys? Nah, they're staying dead quiet because that's what you do in this situation. You distance yourself as much away from this bullshit as you humanly possibly can. But those two companies, they thought it was great. Now tell me this, Insomniac Games, you fucking pieces of shit. If you cared about diversity, inclusion, and all of that bull stuff that you are talking about, right? It's not bullcrap. I'll take that back. But if you care about that, why the fuck did you remove all of the diversity, the diversity, the inclusion, the pride flags from the Arabian version, the Middle East version of Spider-Man 2? Why? Because you like money. When it comes to money, your morals about diversity and inclusion go out the fucking window, doesn't it? It's all about the money. The only reason you care about it in the West is because it brings you money. That's it. Money, money, money. You wouldn't give two fucking shits if there was no money in it in the UK. You wouldn't give two shits about it if there was no money in it in the USA. And that's the honest truth, because you're a corporation that only cares about one thing. And I hate to be citing Reforge here, but for God's sake, you're making me do it. That the only thing these corporations give a shit about is profits. And if it's profitable for them to go down the route of supporting this and supporting that, even if they don't want to, they will support it. And we've seen a pure, beautiful contrast in this with the Middle East version of Spider-Man, where everything that is diverse is removed. Why? Because they were scared it wouldn't sell. And they put profits and money ahead of morals and judgment. So the next time anyone says that a company has any moral grounds, just remember, Spider-Man 2 proved with Insomniac that they don't give a shit. That said though, this pissed me off. I wanted to mull it over, and I know I've ranted a bit in this video, and I know I've gotten a bit upset in this video, because I actually want inclusion. I want diversity. I want, I think it's a good thing. But not like this, right? Not like this. Akira Toriyama, you did not deserve this. May your soul rest in peace, and you look down on the people who are loving your work, who are loving your content, who are loving the games you had a hand in and an impact in, and you are seeing a number of people who are now sitting down together with their friends and families and enjoying repeated episodes of Dragon Ball Z in your name. Because the community you worked hard to transpire, to create, to bring together, regardless of race, religion, or anything. You created something so special that brought such a diverse community together that Sweet Baby Inc. could never, ever damage in a million years, no matter how much they want to try. It isn't you they should be going after. It should be themselves, and they should be shutting down themselves, because that is bullshit. That is 100% bullshit. And it had to be said. Like I said, I've been mulling over this video for a while now. My friend Dubs has been keeping me informed, bless him, on the ongoings. I've tried to kind of take a step back because I didn't want to get involved. But Akira Toriyama is someone I respect, I rate, I look up to, because I loved his work. I do. I really loved his work. Like, the only reason I played Blue Dragon was because he had a hand in it. I saw the artwork and it instantly told me it was him, and that drew me to it. That was the power he had. That was the lure he had. That was the respect he commanded, because his work was so good. Right? But it wasn't just his work. It was the way the community was. Everyone was just... You go into a room and you talk about Dragon Ball Z and no one says a bad thing. Whether they're supporting the villains or the heroes or the protagonists or the... whatever. It just was a magical thing. And you're gonna come out, Chris Kindred, and say some bullshit like this and try to smear his name by calling him a racist, you pathetic piece of fucking shit. I really hope that Sweet Baby Inc. gets shut down. I do. I'm more than happy for another company to come along that's got none of these pricks involved, that actually does push diversity and inclusion, because I think that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing, whether it's in video games, it's in movies, it's in society. Don't funnel it down people's throats like they're sucking on a dick, because no one wants to be choked by it. But do it in a way that's progressive and well thought out, that actually makes sense to the narrative storyline, that makes sense to the story that you're playing, that makes sense. Last of Us is a prime example, right? The TV series with Bill. That episode was great. It was so beautifully done. And Neil Druckmann managed to get forward that, you know, the scene that and the whole story aspect of that he wanted, that he couldn't get in the video game because they run out of budget. But he was able to deliver that. Why was it easy? Why did it work? Because we already knew of their relationship. We just didn't have much context. And that gave context. And do you know what? It worked. Because it wasn't just put into it. Miss Marvel. Another great character. Representing my heritage. They created a brand new character. And it's so awesome to see. It's great. And I support it all the way. I think she's a fantastic character in the Marvel Universe. And she has her place. She might not be the Iron Man or the Spider-Man. It doesn't matter. She's got her place. That's how you do it properly. But this is bullshit. Rest in peace, Akira Toriyama. And if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. I appreciate you. We're trying to get to 7,000 subs. If you are offended by what I said, okay, whatever. Just unsubscribe. You know, that's fair. But that's it for this video. Have a good one, folks. And I'll see you in the next one. Remain legend.